I need to start off the show by showing you how this government has done nothing but take, steal, and, all kinds of other stuff from the original people. And we're doing the same thing today that we did before. We're stealing from other countries. It's all about resources today. Well, it was all about resources back then. And what a perfect example to talk about Hawaii. And people will say, Hawaii? And I'm like, yeah. Just as they had done all across this land, from east to west, from north to south, they stole, they raped, they pillaged, they make fake amends, and they made false treaties that they would never honor. They never intended to honor them in the first place, and that's how it was done. The taking of Hawaii would be no different. And I'm starting the show with my head down, lowered in sadness, literally, in shame, for yet another people, the Hawaiian people, and the Hawaiian queen, who was chosen by her people, and the invader would simply dethrone her in a coup d'etat, they call it. No other word for the taking. The taking of Hawaii. And I'm lucky enough to possess a letter that she wrote in protest. It was like falling on deaf and greedy ears, just like all the other ones that were written. And why do I start with Hawaii? People are asking. Well, I'm doing so because yesterday was the 123rd anniversary of this taking. And I think it's pretty damn important to start off with that. January 17th, 1893. The Citizens Committee of Public Safety, backed by the United States Marines from the USS Boston, carried out a coup d'etat against the sovereign Queen Liliuokalani. They claimed a provisional government and sent representatives with a treaty of annexation to the United States. In other words, they stole it, just like they steal everything else that they want. And that's how they do things. And just like her red brothers and sisters in the United States did, Queen Liliuokalani pens a letter of defiance against this action by the United States government, a letter of protest. She says, I, Liliuokalani of Hawaii, named heir apparent on the 10th day of April 1877 and proclaimed Queen of the Hawaiian Islands on the 29th day of January 1891, do hereby earnestly and respectfully protest against the assertion of ownership by the United States of America and so-called Hawaiian Crown Islands, amounting to about 1 million acres, and which is my property, and I especially protest against the assertion of ownership as a taking of property without due process of law and without just or other compensation. Therefore, supplementing my protest of June 17, 1897, I call upon the President and the National Legislature and the people of the United States to do justice in this matter and to restore to me this property, the enjoyment of which is being withheld from me by your government under what must be a misapprehension of my right and title. So that's what she writes. And this and many other words and exchanges exist. A lot of letters and other, chiefs and important people from the red nations that are talking to government because of all this happened. And it was unstoppable since the invader set foot here. In another such letter, Chief Seattle from the Duwamish tribe in the Northwest in 1855, he writes a letter to then President Pierce, and it's very similar, a warning of sorts. It's a lot more blunt, and I'm only going to read a few passages from it. He says, quote, we know the white man does not understand our ways. The one portion of this land is the same to him as the next, for he is a stranger to what comes in the night, and takes the land whatever he needs. The earth is not his brother, but his enemy, and when he has conquered it, he moves on. When the buffalo are all slaughtered, the wild horses are all tamed, the secret corners of the forest heavy with the scent of many men, and the view of the ripe hills blotted by talking wires. Where is the figget? Gone. Where is the eagle? Gone. The whites too shall pass, perhaps sooner than the other tribes. Continue to contaminate your bed, and you will one night suffocate in your own waste. Let me repeat that one. Continue to contaminate your bed, and you will one night suffocate in your own waste. And now we fast forward to today, where our reputation precedes us, and all this stuff kind of amounts to where we are now, something called America,